Good morning, comic book fam. Good morning, and welcome to another fantastic review. And today we're going to be reviewing issue number 7 of Thor by Donny Cates. And of course, this is the 2020 Thor, right? So remember that. And this is just straight up coming after what happened to Black Winter, after this whole storyline. And we know in the past storyline, Thor had this vision, right? He saw how he's gonna die, and this is haunting him, right? He's like, oh man, like, oh, what's gonna happen? I don't know. It's really haunting him. So the comic kind of opens up, and well, in Oklahoma, and in Braxton, Oklahoma, if I remember correctly, and that is where, of course, the Thor always, throws his hammer, and the hammer just hits the ground there, and of course we've got one of the workers there, Aaron, I believe, that is like, oh wait, whoa, that happened. So he goes to the Mjolnir, and he goes like, wait, what? And he calls someone. We cut back then to Thor, actually, talking to Beta Ray Bill. He goes like, hey mate, thanks for coming. Of course, Thor has his eye again, doesn't have his arm, it's still metallic, but he has his eye back, which I understand that thanks to Galactus he has it back, like all of that stuff. But I like him without. But okay, he's gonna lose it at some point, because he has to lose, because we know at the end of the whole world, we know how the Jason Aaron kind of portrayed him, right? So he has no eye and all of that stuff. So we know he's gonna lose that eye somewhere along the way. But a bit of inconsistency right here. And he goes like, hey, Beta Ray Bill, can you drink with me? He goes like, you're not really my king. Like, you're gonna have to drink that damn drink alone, because I'm not, your king. I don't have to bow to you. It's like, I don't have to listen, especially in the issue number 3, you kind of beaten me. You destroyed my own armor, and at the same time, you humiliated me. I was concussed. I had broken arms. Like, why are you even talking to me at this point? I kind of don't like you. But what's up, Thor? Like, let me know. And he goes like, well, I saw this something. I saw this vision. I think I am going insane, and there is something wrong with me. So I have a proposition for you, Beta Ray Bill. And he's like, well, what the Thor can have for Beta Ray Bill, right? What you can have. And he goes like, well, listen, I really want you to be my second in command. If something happens to me, if I go insane, if I go lost, if whatever happens to me, I want you to be my second in command, okay? Like, you gonna be closest to me like you've ever been. And, Beta Ray Bill goes like, okay, sure, no problem. And back on Earth, we got Tony Stark coming to this place where the armor was, and you go, of course the newspapers are already there, and you're like, oh look, that is, and Iron Man, he's coming. It's like, yeah guys, shush, Iron Man here, yeah, but no photos, like, screw you guys. He is the cocky self, which I like. I do like that version of Iron Man. Like, he's super cocky, he knows he's rich, he gets the girls, not you. And yeah, he really shows that. So he goes to this worker that found the ammo, and goes like, okay, how in the world you called me? He goes like, well, what do you mean? He goes like, that was my super secret and secret of a secret number. Like, no one has it. And the guy goes like, there. And we see the armor actually having this note, call Tony Stark and his number, right? And this is a nod to what happened issue number 1, where Tony Stark actually wrote on the Mjolnir, and he wrote, how are you doing on your retirement, right? Or enjoying your retirement, something like that. And he threw it back, not threw it back, but then the Thor came back to Thor. Mjolnir came back to Thor, and he saw that it was kind of like, oh, Tony. So that was kind of like Thor getting back at him. And, you can see actually Thor looking through the eyes of his ravens at the situation, and Tony's like, Thor, you son of a... You know, he's like mad at Thor. He's like, oh, god damn it, Thor. Come on. You're supposed to be the king, not a kid. What are you even doing, you son of a gun? But okay, you know, Iron Man's like, alright, you know what? We have a situation. We gotta get rid of the media. We gotta get, you know, move them. So he's trying to move the media. And as this is happening, Thor is walking with Better Ray Bill. He's like explaining to him like what he wants. Better Ray Bill goes like, well, listen, you still broke my damn armor. What about now? And you know, so they go to the armory of Oscar, and he goes like, you know what? Take 1, 2, or dozen. I don't care. Just take whatever. So that is what Better Ray Bill does, and we start, you know, and he starts kind of course, start kind of to explain to Better Ray Bill like, yeah, there's this force. I had this vision. Everything's going to super bad. So yeah, take whatever you want. And back on Earth, we see there was a change of what is on Mjolnir. So now Mjolnir says, pick me up. Which goes back to, of course, the cover here. Of course, nothing from the cover kind of happens in this book. So yeah, no worries. And we see this worker actually looking around. He goes like, oh, you know, Tony Stark's not here. I'm going to try to pick up the armor. And he picks it up. And we see this worker in the full, like, in the full suit. And I'm going to show you, because that's the next issue. That is that worker right here getting his arse kicked. But that is it. That is this worker I actually picked up the armor in this issue. And that's how the issue ends. That is kind of an interesting cliffhanger. And of course that is a part 1 of 2 of Everyone is Worthy of the Thor's Mjolnir. There are 2 things to say about this book. One, it is definitely nice to see a lot of notes towards issue number 1, issue number 3, right? So you are being rewarded for reading, and I like it. I like when, you know, when comic book artists are rewarding me, either with a bit of an art or with a bit of a story, or some kind of a nod for reading the previous issues, for reading like this whole, you know, like last year or like last, you know, 10 years, whatever. I just like to be rewarded like that, where there's like, oh, there was this situation 5 years ago, you should remember that. I'm like, oh, you know, there was. I can always go back like, oh, wow, actually there was, right? I like to be rewarded like that. Second of all, that is a slow book. Like, it is a slower book. You can clearly tell. This is kind of like Batman 101. And kind of 102 as well. Where you're building up, right? And I think we need an issue like that as like a nice issue of breathing. We know we're going to have a second part of it, because I will show you, because that's the second one. They both go together. That's part 1, that's part 2 of Everyone is Worthy kind of storyline, right? So we got the part 2. So issue 7 and 8 are part 2s. And then we go back to another arc, which is a continuation of what we have here. Interesting story. It's nice to see Better Ray Bill getting being second in command. I really like, you know, Tony Stark in this arc, or in the story so far. I like the idea of, you know, Thor sending the hammer just to see if someone is worthy. And there's a guy that, you know, picks it up, like a random dude that just came from prison, and he's like, you know, slowly working hard, and he's able to, right? It's cool, but it is slow, and I kind of start to think that Donny Cates, I think because they've let him loose, and right now we get this King in Black, this huge event, is slowly building up towards something more. I do hope so, because yeah, like, this is going to be another review, because I've read until issue number 9, so I can have the knowledge of what's happening next, but I want to see more of that. So far, it's a really good book. If you want super action, you're not going to get a lot of action here. So if you want, you know, comics that are action-packed, that is not the one. 100% that is not the one, but it's still super fun to read, and it's a great read. I think it's a solid, again, I gotta say, it's not the best in the world that, oh, I must reread it. It's not the worst. It's not as bad as, you know, like the Mad Hatter trade paperback. It's, I would say, again, solid. I think the 7 is like this nice margin when you're not bad, but also not great. I think 7 is a great one. I mean, again, 5s, you know, 5 and below, there's like bad, and they're like bad scenarios. 7 because, again, it moves everything forward. I like where this is slowly going, and you feel that there's a build up to something. I wish Thor would come out every 2 weeks. I really wish, because then you would have a lot more Thor and you would have a lot more. But again, because of Jason Aaron, I kind of fell in love with Thor, and I feel like this is the continuation of kind of Jason Aaron's work with Donny Cates' twist. He's slowly setting up and settling up in this title. So yeah, definitely a great book. 7 out of 10 for me. Good read. There are, you know, a few things that I would wish they would done a bit differently. But hey, there was no Snickers that kind of, you know, disrupted me. So amazing, 7 out of 10 for this book. Right there with other stories. So yeah, rock on, and we'll see where this is gonna go next. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave the comment what you enjoyed about this book and what you didn't like about this book. I really want to know. But in the meantime, goodbye. Gonna have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care. Bye.